What is going on, guys? Neo here, and we're looking at the new Tides of War for this week with the Chapter 4 drop. And as you can see, it is fairly simple. It's basically play the game and you will eventually get it. The only thing that you may need to do is, if you're typically an infantry player such as myself, you will need to use stationary weapons or vehicles in order to progress past one of the later stages of the Tides of War. But again, if you play mostly infantry, stationary weapons are still an option. As for the game itself, it's been pretty well documented through Twitter and Reddit and YouTube already that there have been a number of bugs and glitches that have come with this update. I played it for the first time last night, and honestly, it's probably the worst experience I've had playing Battlefield 5 so far. Hit registration is horrendous at times, and granted, I was playing on a US East server because the people I were playing with, I joined them and that's where they were. But still, my ping, despite being so high, that doesn't explain the hit registration that I was experiencing. And it doesn't explain other bugs and glitches. Some common things people are getting are character models not loading, of which I have made sure to include a clip of a little bit later. This is by no means an isolated incident. I only show one clip, but in the few hours that I played last night, I probably experienced it about a dozen times. And you'll see what I mean. Sometimes it's a hand and a gun, sometimes you see part of a helmet. I'll be sure to point out the clip when it comes up, but in that clip you basically see part of a helmet and an arm, and then as he runs away, it sort of fills in as he goes. It's like it's just not able to load everything all at once for whatever reason. And other than that, there have been like screen flashings and flickerings and stuff not to do with my TV or monitor. It's strictly game side, and it's pretty frustrating, especially for a game this far into its development cycle, to get one update that just basically undoes all the work that's been done to this game so far. I mean, if you remember at launch, it was pretty buggy. It got a lot of criticism for the way it was released, and rightfully so, and it feels like we've gone, like I say, it feels like it's worse. We haven't just gone back, it's gone backwards from that point. So that's pretty disappointing. As of yet, I've got no review on the new weapon with this week's Tides of War. I told you guys that in a future video I would give you a quick update on the map 38, which I hadn't played at that time. I have now. I've specialized it. It's a decent gun. I don't mind it. I've been using it. This is the clip here. Watch this guy under the bridge. You see the little flicker of movement. Not a fully loaded player model. It's kind of difficult to track. That's not to excuse my aim. I should have done a little bit better with that, but that was not good by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, that's just one incident, like I say, of maybe a dozen incidents that I ran into, and in some cases it was one player. In most cases it was just one enemy. There were a few cases where it were 2 or 3, and they're not all detectable at first. You kind of have to have a keen eye, and they're really difficult to play the game right now. And this isn't just isolated to Battlefield 5, which is also part of the issue to me. I personally can't say I've experienced a lot of issues with Battlefield 1, but I know a friend of mine, one of the guys I play with all the time, he uninstalled it. He won't play Battlefield 1 anymore because it's just horrible. The hit registration is worse than this game. He says it's the worst he's ever experienced in any shooter, basically. So yeah, he loaded it up, we played a few rounds, and he uninstalled it. And this is a guy who played through all the problems that we had in Battlefield 5, like a 4 or 5 hour gaming session. And yeah, he uninstalled it. It was that bad. So I think that says something. Battlefield 4, I mean, it's never been perfect in terms of hit registration or netcode, but right now it's kind of the go-to game for me. So, I don't know. I hope that, you know, Battlefield 5 kind of picks up and they fix these problems sooner than later. I mean, if not, I'm not really going to hold my breath. Like I say, I'm having a lot of fun with older games, but still, it would definitely be better for the development of this game. I'll send down the new map that was supposed to release on a number of game modes, with the drop of Chapter 4, of course, was delayed. It is available on some of the smaller game modes, but as of yet, no word on when it will come to Conquest. But if you really need to see this new game mode, then you can do so by playing Squad Conquest, or I believe it's also available on TDM. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Feel free to give it a thumbs up if you like, thumbs down if you dislike. Hit that sub and bell icon for more content, and I will see you guys next time. Yeah, it looks like there's quite a few people. Oh, he might got someone. And now he's dead.